that these two states started going in the right direction on education when the rest of
Right.
the country is, static or losing ground?
Right.
When did this start?
It started around 2012. Both states hired new state superintendents of education. Both states were at the bottom of the national rankings in reading literacy, in fourth grade early literacy. And these states were tired of being in this, in the basement. They were tired of having that reputation, as well as the potential consequences of having bad schools, which people don't want to live in the states. Employers can't find enough workers who have the skills to get the job done. So they both hired separately reformers, people that wanted to do things differently at the state level. Typically, a state superintendent is going to be kind of a pass-through bureaucrat, making sure money is distributed to school districts, rules and standards are set, and letting the districts do their own thing. One of the real important parts of the story is the fact that today in the United States, and it's mostly been this way historically, districts control what goes on in the classrooms in terms of the curriculum, in terms of the teaching. The states set the standards, but they don't have a lot of oversight as to what really happens in the classrooms, and the federal government doesn't involve itself at all. So these two reformers had a huge task on their hand, which was, how do we change classroom practices, which is the essence of learning. It's where all the good stuff happens in the classroom, obviously. It's not about what's happening at home. It's not about what's happening culturally or politically outside of the school. And the problem is the districts and the teachers' unions control what's happening inside the classroom. So they had to be very inventive. And essentially what they did is create incentives for teachers and schools and districts to adopt new curriculum, because mostly what schools were using was outdated, ineffective reading curriculum that didn't help children learn how to read. Meanwhile, there was a whole body of evidence which we now call the science of reading, which is reading various reading curricula that is backed by research and is proven to work. So how do we get these new materials inside classrooms? How do we get teachers to actually learn how to use them? And then how do we measure results and hold schools accountable for results? That was a 10, 15-year process. It involved big battles with the teachers' unions.